Good morning, oranges. Top of the muffin to ya. Potato salad. We still on for lunch? Great. Sliced bread. You're the best thing I've seen since, well, you know. Oh, hello. Don't think I forgot about you. Friendly at Fareway. It's more than just a name.
Oh, look.
Wow, look at that.
Derek, what's the guarantee? Derek?
Mike, time to make history. Players in Circa Million make 5 picks against the spread each week with quarterly and full season payouts.
Circa Survivor entries choose one team each week with no point spread. The last one standing wins it all.
We have $21 million on the line. Are you in? Visit circasports.com for details.
This fall, the Sandman, Adam Sandler, You're My Best Friend Tour.
I feel like we're very good friends now.
Casey Center, Saturday, October 4th. Get tickets now at HiVTix.com.
Two guys, two Chris's, one network. Iowa Everywhere. It's time for Two Guys with Chris Williams and Chris Hassel. Presented by Fareway Meat and Grocery from the Channel Seed Studios. Where? Everywhere. Live and always on demand at Iowa Everywhere.
And here we go. Our last show before the first game of the year in week 0. Yes, this is Hassel's voice. And you're seeing Matt Van Woke with me as well. Don't worry, Chris Williams is going to be joining us momentarily. He had what he is.
He was riding the alpaca from where was it? Where were they doing that?
He was down in Cork.
Okay.
And had to drive to Dublin today, and he was trying to do that before this show. And I just MapQuested. It looks like about 4 hours. And yes, he is somewhere in Dublin right now. He just dropped off the rental car. I believe he's going to be joining us from the rental car station or the airport, which is just nearby. So he's going to be stressed out. Like I'm starting to feel like the game week vibes, the game week jitters. Williams is going to be on a whole new level.
Did you ever watch The Amazing Race? Like this makes me feel like it's The Amazing Race. Like you're on the clock. You got to go next country to next. Like they've packed a ton into this week. It's great. It's been fun to watch him post online these video updates. Thanks to our friends at Channel Seed. It's been fun. Like I'm serious FOMO in seeing all the pictures of people out there too. It looks like a blast.
I'm looking forward to hearing from him, and I'm sure now that he's in Dublin, he's going to be seeing a lot more Iowa State fans.
Yeah.
We are Two Guys with Chris and Chris, presented by Fareway Meat and Grocery. I'm going to have some Fareway meat tonight because I am in Eastern Iowa.
You got Fairways out there, right?
Oh, yeah. Bunch of them. I'm in Muscatine right now at my father-in-law's office. All of his die-cast
Oh, man, Williams would just be in heaven.
Oh, yeah, he would.
Missing out.
But tonight I'm going to my dad's. We are going to have sweet corn and some kind of Fareway meat. I believe it's going to be a New York strip.
Nice. I had dinner at Fareway yesterday. Doesn't that sound weird?
You had dinner at Fareway?
Yes. We had the back-to-school night for kids, and Fareway has the cookies barbecue truck out there right now. They're feeding Bondurant this week. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I think today they're serving lunch and dinner. So I got a pulled pork sandwich from our friends at Fareway and Cookies Barbecue. So
great. We are coming to you live from the Channel Seed Studios, and we debated whether or not to delay the show a little bit to get Williams in place, but he said, "Nah, just go ahead and go." Because I think what's going to happen is now that his drive was pushed back and they're stuck at the rental car place or the airport, his family and that other family, the Carpers that he's with, and and his other friend and his parents, they're all going to be, I believe, stuck at the airport until he's done with this show. So I think he just wants to get this thing going and get them out of there as soon as possible because they're traveling with like 11 people.
Yeah, they had to get up early. I think this was like they had to leave especially early tonight for him to be able to do this show because normally I think they would have just slept in and kind of arrived a little bit later.
Mm-hmm.
But man, thanks to the friends and family that are traveling with Williams for accommodating. But yeah, he should be here soon. Hey, real quick, you mentioned our friends at Channel. Today is Channel Fest in Grundy Center with Easton Corbin. So if you're interested in that, I think they're taking walk-ins. So if you want to go up and see Easton Corbin with our friends at Channel Seed, Channel Fest, and I think it's like a 3-day thing. So they're doing it in 3 different cities. So this one's probably the closest to our Central Iowa folks, though.
Grundy Center, Iowa, today. We've got a lot to talk about today, including kind of the new season here at Iowa Everywhere and a big couple days coming up in Vegas. I saw the Overthinking crew got out there on Wednesday. Overthinking is going to have a special live show tonight. I believe they're planning on 8 p.m. Central Time, right, Van Wilk?
Correct. Yep. They'll be, it's sign up weekend at Circa. They're going to be down there. I don't know exactly where they're going to be, but it looks like they're already having a blast. I saw Sipker hit a slot last night and
he won like $1,500 on a slot.
I think, like four. Oh my God. Like,
and you know what? He won't use any of that money to pay for anything for anyone else. He's the biggest schmoozer.
Well, we know where he's going to go spend that.
Doesn't pay for anything. Where? The weed dispensary?
Yeah, across the street. Yeah, look at this. What did he hit? $1,440 on the hot suite. Jeez. Oh,
good God.
Gosh.
So, and then Keith and Jenny are heading out there, I believe, today, and they're going to be doing Murph and Andy. Keith will be there for Murph and Andy tomorrow, regular time, and then right after that, I believe a live happy hour with Keith and Jenny from Circa.
That's going to be a ton of fun. I can't imagine Jenny at Circa. I think she's been out there once before, right? I think she's been out there with
I'm
the
not
crew
sure if
before,
Jenny's
but
been out there.
Combine her, Kenzo, Sipker, and Aiden, the craziest one of the group. So Aiden's flying out today.
Aiden's never had a sip of alcohol in his life.
So yeah,
not that there's anything wrong with that.
Overthinking today, 8 Central. And then we'll have happy hour tomorrow after Murph and Andy. It'd be awesome if Keith could just go live from Circa, from the sports book there with the big screen behind him. That's going to be a great place to watch the game, too, on Saturday. I know they're going to look forward to that.
They're going to have a blast watching that. And then, this weekend, we will ramp back up into Cyclone Sunday, which returns once again with Ben Bruns, have a reaction to whatever we see on Saturday. Here's our new fall lineup with 2 guys, regular time, live, 8:30 on Mondays and Thursdays. Murph and Andy live Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 1. They're not changing anything, but Overthinking is now on Tuesdays. They made that switch maybe a month or so ago. That'll release on Tuesday. Bigger Than 12 used to be on Wednesday. We need to update this because I believe they pulled an audible, Van Wilk.
They did. I think they're going to go, instead of previewing games, I think they're going to react to games on Sunday. So
not a bad idea.
Look for that in your feed on Sunday. Derek's got a job too, and Jake's busy with Cyclone stuff. So I think they're just going to react to games and then do maybe a little preview ahead. And Jake's got you covered with everything Cyclones on Cyclone Fanatic too. So fun new lineup for the fall.
And happy hour is moving to Thursday because Keith has to work on Fridays. He calls some high school football games. So Legends and Listeners and happy hour will release on Thursdays. Of course, we'll still have the CW pod weekly along with All Access presented by the Iowa Event Center. And Andrew Downs and myself will be back for Instant Iowa following Iowa football games.
I love that show. I mean, I'm not an Iowa fan, but I as an Iowa State, I just love the instant reaction of that. It'll be a lot of fun.
Point, but man, it sucked going instant right after the Cyclone game last year.
Keith loves that too, just seeing like the real emotion come out of that, out of you guys, because you're so diehard. So.
Oh, yeah. I don't know if my heart can take it again this year, but we'll see. It was always so. When you have to go, you have a live show after the game, it even adds another level of stress. Adam on YouTube calls it the instant meltdown. And it was a few times with Iowa last season. Should be really fun. Obviously, Iowa not playing this weekend, but we'll get started a week from Saturday against Albany. But the Cyclones are in Dublin. They arrived a few hours ago.
There we go.
And we got video from Scott Reister at KCCI. Posted the exclusive arrival of Matt Campbell and the Cyclones to the airport. And they arrived right around the same time as Kansas State did. Like, these two teams attacked this the exact same way. I was thinking, well, maybe Kansas State will try something different and they'll be there. They'll try to acclimate more, maybe be there for 5 or 6 days. No, they both arrived the same time on direct flights.
Check this out, too. And Scott posted this on X. All the players are wearing sunglasses in this. And that's, I guess, a sleep specialist told them that they should wear those. It's like, keep their mind thinking that it's nighttime. Because, they left late last night and arrived in the morning. So they, I don't know how many of them actually got sleep.
That tells me that they're going to stay on Iowa time.
I think that's
and
the
maybe
plan.
do the opposite of what you're supposed to do, because you're supposed to, when you arrive, you stay up to get on this schedule, but they don't want to get on the Ireland schedule, correct?
I don't think so. They're treating this like a real a game week, and it sounds like Campbell, talked to a bunch of NFL guys about the, when they play in London, Germany, about how they acclimate, and it sounds like this is the plan. This is what they recommend, getting in there a couple days before the game. They'll stay up today. I think they're going to do a little bit of media stuff today, and then tomorrow is the run through, and then Saturday is the game. So,
and that it kind of goes against what you would think. I mean, I think without any research or anything, you would think you'd want to get in there 4 or 5 days ahead of time and get on the Ireland schedule. Get acclimated to where you're at. But Matt Campbell said leading up to this that, like you said, they want to treat this as a game. I don't know if that's right. I don't know if that's going to end up being the right approach, but it seems like both teams are on it. So I'm not sure that either team is going to have any kind of an advantage. I think that's interesting that they're going to treat this like an 11 a.m. local time kick, even though it's 5 p.m. in Ireland.
Yeah, and God, you think about it too, just like how that's going to affect them in the next game. I mean, it's, South Dakota, you think they can win it, but it's like this could have long-term ramifications, you'd think. I mean, Andy was talking about it on Murph and Andy, like just how much the jet lag can set in. I know they've been seeing, like I said, sleep specialists, and they've been preparing for this for months. Like Campbell has, we got Williams, we're going to bring him in. Campbell's been preparing for this for a long time. This guy is the ultimate planner. I mean, you think about COVID hassle, like how well he got through that. He always has a plan. He's always thinking through things. So this guy is very strategic, and we'll see how it works on Saturday. Williams, what's up, my brother?
He's already got a Guinness.
Smittix.
Oh, it's Smittix. Okay, it looks dark too. Where you at? What is that?
I'm in the Dublin airport at Fitzgerald's Bar and Grill.
I love it.
I rushed over here. I was listening to you guys, so no, the family's already at the hotel, thank God. But I rushed over here from the rental car center. But you have to this sounds lame, but you have to order before they'll let you get a table like this. So I guess I'll get a beer. But I've never been happier in my life to drop off a rental car. I mean, I'm going to be having nightmares about driving in this country for years. And I don't even mind driving. It's not a big, I haul a camper around. I'm not a guy who gets freaked out by that, but I'm just over it. I've been so mentally stimulated on these trips, just white knuckling it with these tour buses, side swiping you on these golf cart passes that they call roads in this country. And cheers.
I don't know how you did it. I don't know how you did it. Cheers. I've got the coffee going. I just got up a little bit ago. I'm at the in-laws house in Muscatoon.
Hey, all right. Cyclones versus the world.
Let's go.
Cheers.
No, it's all. I'm glad I made it though. my plan was to be able to get back to my hotel, but it's just the traffic is so bad in Dublin. It took me, I'm not making this up. It took me 35 minutes to go from our hotel to the airport, and it was like a 4.5 mile drive.
I tried to tell you. I tried to warn you. Now, I will say it's gone much better than I thought it would.
Oh, it's been a fantastic trip.
You seem like you're kind of on frayed nerves here when this is when you really need to be hitting the ground running here, brother. It's 48 hours to game time. You should be in tip-top shape right now to attack the weekend, and it seems like you're on fumes.
That is probably accurate, but I cannot tell you how ready I am for football, though. This was a blast. Some of our best friends. My parents have been amazing. They've just been phenomenal. It's a trip we'll remember forever. My kids have been great.
I was a little disappointed in the alpaca. I thought that you were going to be riding the alpaca.
No, you walk the alpaca.
What the hell's the point of that?
You know, I was disappointed in one. I didn't see one alpaca spit.
That's llamas, not alpacas.
Nope. The gal, the tour guides, that's an alpaca thing too. They're spitters, and not once did it spit. Really disappointing.
What's the point of the alpaca if you're not riding it on these cliffs?
That they're these cute little friendly animals, and
so it's like for the kids. It's like goat yoga. Okay, I thought
look at Cammy and that alpaca right there. That's Mongo.
What I was picturing that it was this like rocky terrain. You're going uphill, and so you ride on the alpacas so that kids and older adults that have a tough time getting around can get up to these cliffs.
That they're really cool animals. Like, honestly.
So do you have to, like, when they go potty, do you have to pick up their crap?
No, there's shit everywhere on this path because they do it 3 times a day with people. And then, there's shit. And it's these teeny tiny, it looks like little beans is what their poop looks like.
Rabbits.
Yeah. No, that was honestly one of the, look at that terrain we're on. Like, it was one of the most gorgeous. You're looking out into the Celtic Sea right there. It's been a great trip, but I'm done with the tourist stuff and I am ready for football. Like, I'm serious. Like, I am.
So now you guys you're in Dublin, and you're just going to stay in the city for the rest of the weekend, right?
Yes. And then we'll fly back first thing Saturday morning or Sunday morning. I probably won't go to bed Saturday night because our flight is at like 6 a.m. the day after the game. And I work really late after games. So I'm probably just going to stay up all night. And work and then.
Oh my God.
And then fly back. The flight back is going to suck because we have to stop twice on the way back. Yeah, it's just everybody's trying to leave. So, like, coming here, everybody is coming at different times. They're coming from different places. Mm-hmm. A lot of people went to London. Going back, everybody is trying to get out as fast as possible after that game, and there were hardly any flights that we could do.
So where are you flying through? And then
Amsterdam,
flying through after that.
Amsterdam, and then to Minneapolis.
And school starts Monday too, so a lot of people that brought kids are rushing to get back.
Everybody's doing that, so it's like Iowa State better win. If Iowa State wins, I'll be just fine. If Iowa State loses, go. I'm ready.
The teams have made it. In fact, I was just texting with an Iowa State assistant coach who said that Kansas State landed just 30 minutes before them. And according to him, they weren't really given much of a choice on when they left. Like I think this Aer Lingus Classic, they want the teams to arrive at like the same time. And they want so they can keep all their cameras there at the airport and get everybody coming in one after the other. I don't know that either team really had a choice to like, well, I would like to come 5 or 6 days ahead of time and get acclimated. I think they just dictated to the teams, this is what we're doing. But we talked kind of about that before you got on. I know you heard some of that about how they're going to try to stay basically on Iowa time. Kansas State's already been to the stadium. I'm sure Iowa State must be headed there right now, unless they're going to bed.
Yeah, I don't know as much about that as you guys probably do. I do know the business side of it and how that works. Like Iowa State was not paid to play in this game because it's an away game for them. Kansas State, Fales broke this down really well. I thought on Murph and Andy yesterday about how those guys were talking about it. Keith and Andy both were, about how Kansas State gave up a home game to do this. So Iowa State basically just gets its travel paid.
Yeah, well, it's interesting how it came together because Murph and Andy were saying that they wanted Iowa State in the game, in one of these games, and Jamie Pollard said, "We'll play in the game, but we're not giving up a home game." So they said, well, if you can get somebody to give up a home game, then we'll play in it. So then they go out and try to find somebody that's going to give up a home game. Well, they went to Kansas State, and apparently Chris Kleiman was like, there's no way we're giving up a home game, until he talked to Nebraska, I believe, the Nebraska staff that went over there a few years ago and played in this game, and said what an incredible experience it was for the players, like way better than any bowl game you could ever play in. And so Kleiman changed his mind and kind of took one for the team and the program and signed up for this thing. And so it works out great for Iowa State. You get to play in this marquee game. All eyes are going to be on you, and you didn't have to give up a home game.
Yeah, and probably got a little bit overlooked when we analyzed this game all summer, right? Just a matter of how many eyeballs are on it. Like I've been doing a lot of podcasts as we've been driving all over this country. Every national show is talking Iowa State right now.
Yeah, people are starved for college football,
Yeah,
and this is really the only really good game of week 0. I mean, there's only, I think, 5 FBS games. And
this is a better game than you usually get in this game.
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
usually
Florida State, Georgia Tech last year was
that
was a conference game.
I interviewed the guy, one of the head marketing guys of this game on Cyclone Fanatic, I don't know, months ago. And I mean, normally what they do is they get one big fan base.
Right.
And then
Notre Dame, Nebraska.
Yeah, this will be the 6th game. So at Notre Dame Navy in 2012, Georgia Tech Boston College in 16, Northwestern Nebraska in 22, Notre Dame Navy again in 23, and then Georgia Tech Florida State last year.
Yeah.
So this is definitely the best matchup they've had.
But I think next year it's like Michigan, Western Michigan, I think is who's playing.
They are playing. Is it in Ireland? I know they're playing somewhere in Europe, so I don't know if that was Ireland or Germany or where the hell that was, but they are playing over there.
I don't know if it's this actual game, but I know it's in Ireland. So I don't know. Like I probably, because all I care about is Iowa State, right? Like that's the only thing I genuinely care about.
That game's in Germany, by the way. The game
okay.
Next year is TCU next year's TCU in North Carolina.
Oh, that's a good game.
Yeah,
that's a fun one. You got
Bill
Belichick,
potentially, if he's still there.
I don't know. It does feel like, seeing the amount of fans here, and I know I'm very biased because it's Iowa State and I'm here. Mm-hmm. It feels like a really big deal. Like it
is a big deal.
Yeah, I feel like this game is really like gaining stature. It's becoming more of a college football tradition now. Like I think we'll look back in 10 years and be like, oh wow, remember when Iowa State got to play in that? Like it's really cool. And again, I haven't been in Dublin for very long, but everywhere we have gone, the most remote areas of this, the freaking Aran Islands, like we're in the middle of nowhere and we're running into people in purple and cardinal. Now, the one thing, you can't yell "Go State."
Oh yeah.
You can't do that. But it's, my dad was talking shit to this guy at the Cliffs of Moher the other day, saw him in purple, goes right up to him. Oh, you want to hear a crazy story? Like, you tell me what you do and you're in this situation. Lovely pub last night called Cronin's Pub. See if you can find any pictures. It's in Crosshaven, Ireland, south of Cork, right on the beach. And it's me and Adam Carper. And yeah, this guy on the one who I have my left arm around, okay, the bald guy who looks just like me. We haven't talked to these guys. And this guy goes, "Are you a Trump guy? You guys Trump guys?" because he could just tell we're Americans because we all just stand out. And I'm like, what do you say to that? Like, I don't care if this is not a political. I don't care if you are or you're not. Put yourself in our shoes. You're in a foreign country in Europe. All the like tariff stuff. I have no idea what this guy does for a living. Like, is he being tariffed? Is he, and we're just like, we didn't really know what to say.
Wait, even your dad? Was your dad there?
My dad was there, and he goes, I am.
I was going to say, your dad, there's no way your dad was like, no, your dad was like, hell yeah, MAGA.
These guys were awesome. We had so much fun. And then I sat until about midnight last night with this 82-year-old man who had lived in this little village his entire life and just talked. We talked. It was so great. I love these guys are fantastic. So yeah, Cronin's Pub in Crosshaven if you ever get a chance.
So he's he's like Mike Williams and Clorinda. This guy is the
this
Mike
guy
Williams
was
of Dublin.
This guy was a big Trump guy.
So he was a Trump guy.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, now why is this Irish guy a big Trump guy?
His friends weren't, because then his other friend Aiden there, who Carper's got hit, he called the other guy a white supremacist because he's a Trump guy. And I'm like, oh, it's just like in America. This is how the conversation goes. Okay.
Yeah.
You know what my number one surprise is being over here, though? How much American influence is everywhere. Like this bar we were at last night is as Irish as it gets. Okay. And I'm up there ordering I wanted to try a Murphy's because it's brewed right down there in Cork, and I wanted to try it. And Green Day is on in the bar. And these guys are all, the reason we took that photo is because they're all drinking Coors Light. That's all they drink.
You're kidding me.
They drink Coors Light, and then we're like, oh, let's do a flight of your stouts.
That's really disappointing. You go to an Irish bar in the south of Ireland in Cork.
And this is not a tour. Dude, this is not a touristy place we're at. Like, this is a total local yokel place that we are at, and they're all drinking Coors Light. It was fascinating to me.
Out of the tap or a bottle or what?
Tap. Coors Light's everywhere here. It's the only American beer you get on tap. It's Coors Light. It is I haven't seen an Anheuser-Busch product once since we've been here. Coors Light. That is the American beer.
And that's a beer that I've been seeing more in Iowa. Like I'm starting to see more Coors Light. Maybe not quite as much Busch Light in some places that I go. I mean, when I went out with you and Ames, it seemed like everybody was drinking Coors Light.
Yeah, it's popular. Those are the two that all my friends drink.
To me, Coors Light is the most like water of all the shitty light beers.
If I couldn't have like Busch, and I switch between the two quite a bit. Busch is my preferred one, but I would go Coors. That would be my second favorite. I think it's got a little more.
If I have to have a light beer, I mean, and it's one of the big ones here in America, I would prefer Miller Lite, and then I'd probably go Busch Light.
God, I hate Pilsners.
Coors Light and Bud Light are at the bottom.
I just hate Pilsners so much.
Yeah, I like
anyways.
Pilsners. Maybe that's why.
Yeah.
I know that Matt wants to go long today on something game related that he's been
Let's
eating
go.
at him for
And
a while.
we got to
Let's
talk
go long.
Injury report too. We got to do that. We got to hit on that.
Injury report. Yep.
All right.
It's time to go long with Wealth Charter Retirement Planning and Tax.
Thanks to our friends at Wealth Charter, by the way. Sorry, I think I'm a little bit delayed on your video stuff.
It's not too bad.
Yeah. Thanks to our friends over there at Wealth Charter. Tim was telling me about there's some potential law changes with 401ks and stuff, and he wants to help you to get ahead of that. See, this is why you need a guy like him, because that's like, even if you're like me and you think you can do all this on your own, I don't know the tax stuff. I don't have the first clue. So just go ahead and use our friends at Wealth Charter, your one-stop shop. All right, Matt, what do you want to go long on?
So I was up till probably midnight, 1 o'clock doing research on Aviva Stadium. There hasn't been a ton of talk about the actual stadium. I mean, it seats 47,000 for football. I think it's maybe over 50,000 for football or rugby. So this stadium opened in 2010. So it's been around for a while.
It looks cool from the outside.
it's cool. It's got a really cool design. It's kind of what do you think of a kind of a European soccer stadium where the stands are covered but the field is open. But I wanted to kind of dig in on the playing surface.
Oh no, we're already into the playing surfaces for Iowa State football games. Week 0. Here we go.
There's the do.
Here we go.
So I was stressing. I even heard, on Bigger Than 12, Duke and Brent are talking about how, Kansas State plays really poorly on odd field conditions. You think back to a couple of years ago in Manhattan.
That's
Sama ran all over him. Last year it was the cold game in Ames.
Yep.
So I was digging into this grass. I just wanted to know a little bit more about it. It was making me a little bit nervous. So Aviva Stadium replaced their playing surface in 2019 with this like state-of-the-art, it's called CIS hybrid grass. So you guys heard of it?
CIS?
I think I know what you're talking about.
Is it a cis male hybrid grass?
So
hey, real quick, Matt.
Yes.
To reference what you're about to talk about, the guy on the CW pod with me, the turf guy at Iowa State, talked about this last year. This is really good stuff.
Okay,
yeah,
so
really good stuff.
So the grass, it's a synthetic. So it's 95% natural grass. So most of it is real grass. Kentucky bluegrass, I think, is what they use. But they also embed these like hybrid grass follicles. I don't know what you technically would call them. They're fibers. They're like kind of interwoven into the soil. So it helps like the root growth and it helps the grass grow stronger. And it's designed for like heavy use on field. So like you're thinking soccer, a lot of people running up and down, rugby, a lot of people falling on it so it can recover faster. And the Green Bay Packers installed this a few years ago. So they've had really good success with it. So my worries actually have been diminished. I'm good with this.
Why were you worried originally?
It's douche grass.
What?
Douche grass.
Why?
Because it's like kind of grass, but kind of not. Like
it's like
you're technically. Yeah, I'm singing country, but it ain't country. That ain't grass.
Yeah, it's like a guy that's going bald and he gets hair plugs.
Not this guy. Yeah, but to your point, Matt, it makes it safer because there's more bend.
Yeah,
and that's the problem with the turf.
I guess my only concern is I looked too. There hasn't been a game played on there in 2 months. So there hasn't been a soccer or rugby game. They kind of keep the teams off it to get the grass in the best condition possible. So I think June was the last soccer game they played there. So I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully they brought both cleats though. See, there you go. There's the before and after. Here's the old grass slipping.
Every stadium will be like this in like 10 years.
So
this is what they'll all go to.
So when a cleat comes up, not as much grass comes up because it's
Kansas State still on artificial turf?
No, yeah, they're artificial. They're not in real grass.
So who does this? Iowa State plays on natural grass.
This is an advantage for Iowa State.
Yeah, I think so too. Iowa State is more, I think, in tune with having to make some tweaks to your cleats because they play on a surface, a real grass surface, where you have to stay on top of that all year long. So I think, I think this is it's not a disadvantage to Iowa State. If anything, it's an advantage. This is real stuff. But why do they call it cis grass? Oh, it's SIS, not CIS.
I think it stands for synthetic.
Okay.
I don't know.
Go back that CW pod I did with the turf guy at Iowa State, and he talked about this at the end of the show about like this is where everything was going.
So does Iowa State have this? Does Iowa State have this cis grass too?
No, we're real. We're real.
It's all real. It's 100% real.
Yeah. Real, and it's spectacular.
Yeah, they just did the surface 3 years ago.
Yeah, no, that's 100% sod up in Ames. I'm gonna get him back on. That was such a popular CW pod. Like people just loved it.
It was good. It was good, and it was really timely because there was a lot of variance in the playing conditions last year. Remember all the late games, and so you'd have the dew on the grass. It would make it slippery. And this summer, just talking to my dad, who was a golf course superintendent, and now he's working back out on the golf course again at Crow Valley in Davenport part-time. This has been like the worst summer ever. And you've talked about it a lot. The weather has just been crazy in Iowa. But for people trying to maintain grass on a golf course and I'm sure there are some similarities to what's going on with Jack Trice Stadium turf. It has not been easy. Now, the difference with Jack Trice is going to be that they don't really want to ramp up to the best grass until the fall, whereas golf courses ramp up, late spring into summer. But there's all kinds of just diseases and stuff in this because of so much, all the rain that we've had here. But that's a topic for another day.
Well, everybody's saying that I'm wrong and that Iowa
On
State
what?
actually has this now. So
Iowa State has the CIS turf.
Apparently, that was a long time ago when I did that. So if I'm saying that wrong, I apologize. But that's what a bunch of people.
Geez, so
are saying in the
they're
comments.
basically playing on their home turf.
Yeah.
In Ireland.
Yeah. And the fans can drink. Home game, Iowa State. Let's go.
Fans can drink here in Ireland. Yeah.
Real quick,
not
can I
back
touch
in
on the injury report?
quick? We got our first look at the
Yes.
new injury reports.
Campbell
And-
can't just lie to us all the time now. This is awesome.
There were a lot of people listed on here for both teams, but you have
There's
to take into account there's 100 players on both teams. And
Okay, this happened in the middle of the night here. So the big one is Trevor Bohr being listed as out for Iowa State. Like that's a real thing. He might be their best offensive lineman.
oh boy.
Might be. I have heard that it is not an injury and it's like an illness type situation. So this doesn't, for Iowa State fans, I don't think that, and I don't know everything and I don't want to say too much because I'm not 100% sure on it, but it does not sound like this is like a season ending thing or 6-7 weeks. This is an illness type situation, not an injury. So that's great. The only other one that would really, so listed as questionable, Bo Goodwin at linebacker. He's a too deep guy. Played a lot last year, but with all these guys back, he's not going to start this year. And Elijah Carnell on the D line, he would play. Like that's a depth guy in the middle, but he's probably your third option in that middle spot with Hawk and Orange. So listen, it could be worse. Like we've seen worse Iowa State. And for Kansas State, I haven't had a lot of time because I've been on that hell drive. But they do have a defensive end in there.
Ryan
Snyder.
Davis, I believe, is one of them as well that is listed as out for Kansas State, and they have a 4-star freshman tight end, Lincoln Cure.
Davis is the one. Yeah.
Yeah, those are the two big ones for Kansas State. So I mean, it seems like both teams are kind of equal footing too on the injury report as well.
I don't see a huge advantage either way. I would love to know, like, can you just lie about these?
I was thinking the same thing. Like if Campbell's lied to us year in and year out. I mean,
I don't trust anything Matt says when it comes to injuries.
Well, what's interesting is Kansas State has doubtful and probable, and Iowa State's are just out and questionable. So I thought Campbell would have more probables or doubtfuls, but
I figured Campbell would put half the roster on there just to
as
screw
probable.
with everyone.
Yeah.
as or questionable.
Or questionable.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what's stopping a coach from, if a guy is 100% out, you know he's going to be out, just list him as questionable. Where are the checks and balances there?
I don't know. I'm very curious about the procedure. I don't know, but listen. I want to talk about. You guys are really good friends of mine, and I don't think you'll give me because Maddie, I saw as I'm going through the hellscape of this Dublin traffic in a 9-passenger van, giving me shit for game predictions here. Can we get?
Well,
to
you
these?
flip-flopped.
Well, hear me.
You've changed your game pick.
I need you to hear me out on something, okay?
I
Can
will
you hear me
try.
out?
I will hear you out, but I'm not sure that I'm going to go back on how I feel about this.
Well, do you remember when I told you in that pod, like, I don't necessarily here, this is my predicament. I think Iowa State will go 9-3. When I stack them up game by game, I don't necessarily think Colorado's better than them. I don't really think that Kansas State is much better than them. I see it as a toss-up type game. I really do. But I also don't think they'll win every toss-up type game. You know what I mean? Like, this is it's a very difficult schedule to win-loss in August. So, I like them in this matchup. I really, really do. So
why
why
would you go into it thinking, well, I've got to get to 3 losses because I feel like they're going to go 9-3? Why wouldn't you just go game by game?
Because when you power rate a schedule like that, like you have to leave margin for error. And while I think that they're better than a lot of these teams like 1-1 right now, I also don't believe over the course of 12 games that this team is going to go 11-1. I hope I'm wrong, but they're going to slip up in places. Do you know does that make sense?
Well, yeah, absolutely. I mean, look at Iowa last year. What they were going into the season, I think they were going to be a favorite in just about every game except for, was it Ohio State?
That was the big thing with Iowa last year.
And so you're like, oh, geez, they should win 10
Iowa
games
State's
easy.
the same way this year.
Iowa lost at Michigan State and at UCLA. 2 games you really, well, we picked them to lose at UCLA before the season, but we certainly didn't have them losing at Michigan State.
Here's the thing I like about this for Iowa State. Everybody's picking Kansas State for the most part. All Vegas, like the public money's all on Kansas State right now. Like
Line is 3. It's gone from 3.5 to 3.
And it was creeping up to like the 4 range there a couple weeks ago. So I don't know. Like this is a true toss-up game. I always tell our audience if it's a toss-up, I always take the Cyclones. So man-to-man, one-on-one right now. I'll take Iowa State, but I think it's 50-50. I think it's like this is a great matchup. The one good thing is, do you realize that Campbell has really had Kansas State's number?
Yeah. He's won 5 of the last 6 against them.
Yeah, like this guy matches up really well with what they do. They've lost their offensive line coach. They lost their offensive coordinator, right? Like they're really good. And I would not be surprised at all if Iowa State goes back across the pond 0-1. But like right now, knowing what I know, I'll take the Cyclones. But I'm not confident though. I think this will be a really great football game. I think it's 24-21, 27-24, one way or the other.
I'm worried about Avery Johnson as an Iowa State fan. I'm worried that this could be like his breakout performance. He's on the national stage here. We were kind of thinking last year, dark horse Heisman candidate. This is the guy that came in, took Will Howard's job, and it didn't really happen. He's got that full year now under his belt.
I agree.
He's got this spotlight. He is a dynamic quarterback. We've seen what dynamic quarterbacks have done to Iowa State recently. If you look at what Kansas's quarterback has done, Jalen Daniels. Is it Jaden or Jalen? Jaden is the NFL quarterback.
Yeah,
Jalen is the Kansas quarterback. Yeah. I can see him having a big game in this spot.
Well, the kryptonite for John Haycock's defense is the mobile quarterback. Now, the good thing is last year they were able to shut him down. I believe.
Oh, yeah, he beat himself last year.
Made him put it in the air, and he lost it for him.
Yeah, he made some really dumb plays, but it was end of the year, horrible weather, on the road. That was a really tough spot for him. This, starting the season fresh, I can just envision him really having his breakout performance.
Well, to counter that from an Iowa State standpoint, I think their defense will be much, much better than the one Avery Johnson played against a year ago. I am concerned about the defensive line. I think we all have been all season. At least you've got Orange in the middle. It does sound like this kid from Yale, McDonough, is going to be pretty good. They really like him. I just don't know. This program hasn't had a defensive end that could get to the quarterback since Will McDonald. They just haven't. Is Caleb Bacon going to put his hand on the ground some? I've heard that. Zach Lovett, 2 guys who were both out all of last year for the most part. So a lot of questions there for Iowa State. But if they're all healthy, like I think they're I'm not expecting Iowa State's offense to be what it was at the end of last season. I think that's going to take some time to work into that. but I think the defense should be much better to start the year. That's what I'm
Against a
thinking.
quarterback like this, you don't necessarily want to, I think, get to the quarterback because then he gets out of the pocket, you lose contain, and you don't want to see Avery Johnson like that. You want to try to keep him in that pocket.
Drop 8, make him make mistakes, but you got to be able to stop the run. That's the key. It's always the key. It's always the key. If you're going to do the drop 8 thing, you have to be able to stop the run. And that's why the mobile quarterbacks can screw with Iowa State, because then you don't have the numbers advantage that you did. So I don't know, man. Like I know this I fully understand. You're like, oh, Williams switched his pick. Yeah, it's kind of douchey. But I think they are a 8-4, 9-3 team. However, when I go stacking up one-on-one with all the games, it's hard to find those. But I also I believe it will happen at some point or another. You're going to slip up here. You're going to slip up there. They won a lot of one-possession games last season. They had a lot of things go their way, but they also had an immense amount of injuries on both sides of the football, more than I've ever seen in 20 years covering this program, and they still went 10-2. So I think they got a pretty good thing going. I'll take the Cyclones in a very narrow victory.
I'm going to keep my pick of a very narrow Kansas State victory. If I'm betting this game, and if I can get 3.5, I'm absolutely taking 3.5 for Iowa State.
I would too.
I've seen several people in the comments that love the under as well.
I like that too.
You can find it anywhere from 50.5 to 51.5 even. I'm seeing at ESPN Bet. I don't know where to lean on that on the total. I feel better about Iowa State plus 3.5 than I do the total. But you think the under is the better play here, Williams?
I mean, I feel like Iowa State is going to be more of a ball control's not right. They have too many weapons to say that, but they're going to be more tight end oriented, especially early. Like Rocco, like you can say that they like the new 2 transfer wide receivers and stuff, and it's probably true. I think they're going to be pretty good. But even like Higgins, Xavier Hutchinson, they've done really well with transfer receivers, but it always takes them 3 or 4 weeks.
Yeah.
So I just like the idea that Iowa State and Rocco Becht, as good as I think he is just going to go out there and light the world on fire out wide. And I think it's going to be more 3 tight ends. You have 2 running backs you really like. Targeting Ben Bramer. I put your money on Ben Bramer to lead the team in receptions. Like that's our friends who are going out to Vegas. If you can get that prop, we're at a bunch of Iowa Everywhere shows in Vegas this weekend. That's the prop. Like that's the type of game I think it is. So I would go under and Iowa State plus 3.5. That's
Ryder Boy wants to know what the weather report is for Saturday.
I think it's going to be really nice.
I've got it up on the iPhone app right now. Wow, this is almost perfect. Perfect Ireland weather. High of 69.
Nice.
And cloudy. So
dude,
let's see.
We have had the best weather.
It should be upper 60s when the game kicks off at 5.
It has been the nicest week here. Everybody's saying that. All these Irish people are telling us that we've been here like the best weather week that they've had in so long. Been so lucky. I bought waterproof tennis shoes to come over here.
Has it rained at all?
Barely. Just a little bit. When we were out on the Aran Islands, we got a little bit of rain. But other than that, oh my God, the ferry thing. I got to tell you guys about the ferry.
It looks like a ton of people, like you said, are like in other countries right now and are coming to Ireland today and tomorrow.
I know people who have been in Spain, Budapest, England, Scotland, like that. A lot of people use this as an excuse to take a European vacation and travel.
Yeah, because you can do the whole Ireland thing, but there's so many things around there that you can get to easily where you can hit a bunch of countries. Did you ever get to Scotland?
No, we didn't do Scotland.
Okay.
No, we just stayed. We rented the old bus. If I can drive there, we've been there, baby, dude. So, oh my God, you have time for a story?
Yeah, because I don't know this ferry story.
So
Did
we're
Mike
here.
Williams refuse to get on a ferry?
He did not, but he did drive the ferry.
What?
Yeah, he was. So our friends, the Carpers, they decided on them. Our ferry leaves at 12, and they wanted to get out to the stink hole out in the Aran Islands.
What the hell is the stink hole?
It's this like natural hole in the ground where like the ocean comes under and like swooshes up. They call it the stink hole.
The stink hole?
Yeah. Yeah, it's out
The
at
ferry
the
took you to the stink hole, huh?
No, so you have to
Oh.
bike and hike out to
bike,
the stink
sorry.
hole. Well, we didn't get it done the night before because we just didn't have time to do all these trails. So they're out at the stink hole and like we're waiting at the ferry.
Kyle, hang on. Kyle says that a girl he went to college with had that nickname.
So, you know, you can like track. You
It's
can
going to be
track
69
locations.
degrees in Dublin at the stink hole on the ferry. Okay. Got
No,
it.
the stink hole is located in the Aran Islands.
Ah.
Why? It sounds like you keep saying stinkle.
The stink hole.
That was my nickname in high school. Dan stink hole.
Oh God.
So we're at the ferry, like waiting to get on. The ferry leaves in 30 minutes because they want you there 30 minutes ahead of time.
Uh-huh.
And I can track Carper's location, and they're on their bikes. His whole family of 5, they are on their bikes out coming back from this stink hole. And they are like, I'm watching them like, you know, like you look, bzzz, you can watch it move. And I'm like to my wife, I'm like, there's no way they're getting here for this ferry. And we're trying to call them, and they're not getting reception, yada, yada, yada. So getting closer. About 10 minutes out, we can see they're within, but they still have to go back to the hotel and get their bags, jump on a shuttle, and get down to the ferry.
Oh God.
All of a sudden, Carper's wife and 2 of his kids show up. He is now at the hotel, and it's 5 till the ferry leaves. So we are negotiating with the captain to wait until Adam and his 6-year-old son get there. And this guy, Aiden was his name, wearing a caterpillar hat. He was not having it. Well, Carper's beautiful wife starts talking to him, and you know, he actually says to her, your husband ain't going to make it, eh? So you're going to need a new husband. How about me? So we convinced them to wait and hold the ferry with like 100 people on it.
No way.
Until Adam gets there.
Wait a second. So how long would the wait be until the next ferry?
4:15.
What does that mean? How many hours?
4 hours.
You have to wait 4 hours for the next
Yes.
one?
And we already have like a whole day planned, okay? So we convinced them. Adam gets on the ferry, and everybody's cheering. It's this monumental moment.
Okay, how long did you make everybody wait?
10 minutes extra. But like it was
Jesus.
the task, the fact that we got him on this ferry was incredible. That's Aiden right there in the middle. Robert is his second mate. So I am like, oh, let's make this fun. And I go right up to the bar in the ferry, and I'm going to buy a round of Guinness just to celebrate them making the ferry.
To the stink hole.
And I'm at the bar, and Robert, the young one there, comes up to me, and he's just like pale. He goes, "Can I see your ticket?" And I go, "I don't have a ticket. The blonde in there has all of our tickets," because we didn't have our ticket until she got there. They just told me to get on the boat. They're like, just don't worry about it. Just get on the boat. Well, we're already out at sea at this point. And he goes up to her, and he's like, "Can I see your ticket?" And he looks at her, and he goes, "Oh, my God. You're on the wrong boat. And we waited on you."
Oh, my God.
So we got on the wrong ferry. There's multiple ferries. This ferry is going to Galway. We need to go to Dublin because that's where our car was parked. It was like Home Alone 2, you know, where he just waves Macaulay Culkin onto the plane and just trusts the fact that his dad is up there. So we all got on the wrong ferry because we didn't have our ticket because the Carpers had our ticket. So then we had to cut a deal with these guys to stay on the ferry and that they would take us back when it goes back to the island. And then we had to negotiate to get our tickets from earlier to go back to Dublin. So we had to stay there for 4 more hours until 4:15 to take us back to our cars.
See, that's the kind of horror story I was expecting, when you first laid out this trip. Now it's starting to come out. Now that you've been there kind of the whole week, the driving on the edge of death, fraying at your nerves, and getting on the wrong ferry. This sounds like the trip that I had envisioned for you. So is your whole day just ruined?
We made it awesome. I was so proud of our group. Everybody was laughing about it. We made it a positive experience.
What about the people on the ferry who waited 10 minutes for you? What was their reaction?
Oh, there was one Karen on there that was just pissed. She was not happy. And I kept saying to Ashley, I'm like, that woman's giving us the stink eye. Like,
they call that the stink hole here in Ireland.
Yeah. So I asked Robert, I go, is this ever, I say to this kid, I go, this has to happen all the time, right? People get on the wrong boat. He goes, actually, it's never happened before.
These damn Trumpers.
Yeah. Yeah. So we made it a fun day. We went out to the cliffs after that, and then drank some Guinness on the ferry. That was a good time. No, you got to make the best of these things. And I got my tee shot in because it came across the pond with me. Took my tee shot from Game Day Men's Health. Somebody yelled at me out at the cliffs of Moher about my testosterone levels. That was nice. Nice of that gentleman. Thank you for doing that.
Well, I'm glad to hear that you got your tea.
So
you never saw the stink hole then, right? Because
I didn't see it because I'm trying to work at the same time doing all this. So I was like, no, I'm not going to go to the stink hole this morning because I felt like it was too ambitious to try and get out there. And it turns out I was right. It turns out I was right. But what a hell of a story that'll be at some point in time. I took video of it. I have play-by-play of Carper running off of the shuttle and onto the boat and all the people cheering. It's great. Just lovely.
What a disaster. A beautiful disaster.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, so I'm just trying to, and then I don't have any shenanigans from Dublin yet because I just got here. They tried to tell me that I had damaged the vehicle.
What?
Oh yeah, that's why it took so long to get rid of the rental van. Because they were like, there's a scratch. And I was like, that's not my scratch. And I didn't take pictures of it like you're supposed to.
Yeah.
But then this other guy, he's like, no, I know that vehicle.
Oh, good.
No scratch. Yeah. He goes, that's not him. That's been there. And then they went and they found all these photos from before. And this whole
I don't know what accent you're doing, but it's not an Irish accent.
Good day, mate.
Serbian.
I know this vehicle.
That's Serbians rubbing off.
Oh, we did have one Mike Williams, I'm not gay, that I was.
Only one I'm not gay from Mike Williams?
Last night he ordered a cider at the bar and had to tell everybody, I'm just beard out, guys. I'm not gay.
My brother-in-law, who is from Ireland, he drinks cider along with my sister. They love cider.
It's a big deal out here. Yeah.
Big cider boy. He's from Belfast. Is that Ireland or Northern Ireland?
Northern Ireland, and that is that's a whole deal. Like these guys, these Trump guys I was with last night, they hate the Northern Ireland people. They told me that if Ireland wasn't this is just from my friend Aiden at the bar. I don't know this. I am not claiming this to be true. I have no idea. But they claim if the Republic wasn't paying them, that all those communists would just start fighting again.
The communists in what? Northern Ireland?
Yeah, he was calling them communists. I have no idea if they're communists or not.
And I'm not up on the whole the Irish war.
But there's still a lot of bad blood. Like that is like a real thing.
You got the IRA, the Irish Republic Army. Mm-hmm. Be careful out there. Yeah, all gas, no breakfast. It's all about Catholics versus Protestants. Well, be safe in Dublin. so glad you were able to join the show. We were worried.
Me too. No,
And-
I had to call an audible and shout out to Fitzgerald's here at the Dublin airport for letting me in.
So it's like the rest of your party, are they having to wait for you to get done with this show before they can go to the hotel?
They're all at the hotel. So
They were able to leave?
yeah,
Okay. So you're by yourself at the airport.
I'm sitting here by myself.
Are you just going to hang out there all day?
No, I got to go and find a taxi, get down to the hotel, and then I'm
What's the
assuming
plan?
it'll be, I don't know, whatever they've got cooked
Well,
up.
yeah.
I'll
Do you have any? You don't have any plans from now until game time?
Tomorrow
And
I
then-
do. Tomorrow, should we do cheers to the weekend?
Hell
And
yeah.
I'll tell you about my plans. Let's do it.
Cheers to the freaking weekend. Let's raise our glass of Steeple Ridge bourbon.
Tomorrow, you'll like this. I'm going to the Guinness Brewery.
Okay, so you're not Guinnessed out at this point. You're
No.
you're gonna be
No.
fine to drink more. Okay.
Gonna go do that in the morning, and then going on a little pub crawl with the Thinking Man's fan.
Oh, really? He's out there. Okay.
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go with him, and that'll be cool. And then Iowa State's got a big pep rally, and then Saturday I wake up, no more drinking. It's all work from now until April. It's all
You're
we
not
do.
you're not gonna drink until April.
I will drink, but it is 100% off season's over, game week mode.
What
all
is
in.
everybody's plan for the game? I mean, is your whole party going to the
Yeah,
game, and
they're
are
all
you going to be
going.
in the press box? Are you going to be in the
I'm
stands?
covering. Yeah, I'm covering the game.
You're
like
going to be
I
in the
normally
press box?
do. Yes.
Do they even have a press box at this stadium?
I was talking to John Walters about that, and I think it's like a different type of press box. I think it's open air.
It's called a cis press box.
Yeah, I'm
There
quite
they are, right
certain.
there on the left. That's got to
Okay.
be it, right? Or
Open
they-
air, yeah, I
sweets.
like that. Okay,
Yeah,
That's cool.
it's like an open air deal.
There's
So
nothing worse. There's nothing worse, and these are all over, including at Iowa and Iowa State, than a completely closed off press box where the windows don't open and you're just sitting there. Like if you have to deal with this when you cover games. You're sitting there, you can't even hear the crowd. It's just all quiet in there, and you can hear people chewing. Your other reports and
one
I hate
bathroom
that.
stall.
Yeah,
with
the
a whole
media
press box.
bathroom.
I hate that. That is such a horrible way to watch a game. These places where the windows don't open in the main press box.
So are you in Corning?
So right now I am in Muscatoon. I am at my in-laws' house. As you see all the
I can see the neat cars in the back.
yeah, all the diecast things. They've had a hell of a summer here. I mentioned the bad weather. They got just a few weeks ago. They got 4.5 inches of rain in 30 minutes, and it flooded their basement. So they had to rip up all the carpeting and put in new tiles. So there's kind of stuff everywhere. But I'm in my father-in-law's office here, and that my nieces and nephew are here from Corning right now.
Oh, nice.
They're upstairs. And tonight I'm going to go to my dad's. I mentioned earlier we're going to grill some Fareway meat, have some sweet corn.
Beautiful.
I haven't had any sweet corn for a few years. And for the game, I'm going to be with my mom, who's celebrating her 65th birthday tomorrow. Happy birthday,
all right.
Mommy.
Yay!
And so my sisters and their husbands are coming into town, and we'll watch the Iowa State game over at her house on Saturday with one of my brother-in-laws, Matt, is an Iowa State alum, and my sister Mary is an Iowa State alum. So that'll be fun.
Just want to point out I'm wearing my Murphy 4-leaf clover shirt for my first day in Dublin. I did this on purpose.
Is that for Colin's fight?
Yeah,
Colin
Colin
Murphy's
Murphy's a huge celebrity over here. They all watch the Fight University thing. This lovely shirt, and I thought I would honor Keith. This is he loves Ireland. Keith loves Ireland.
All right, so you're going Iowa State. I'm going Kansas State. Van Wilk, break the tie.
Yeah. People saw on iowaeverywhere.com I have Kansas State win this one 27-24.
Like, does
so.
anybody feel confident about anything though?
I don't
Like,
think so.
No, not really.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a close.
I would just say this, like the common, and this is just a devil's advocate to the mainstream. The common thing that I'm hearing is that people feel more comfortable with Kansas State and what they have coming back. they've lost their offensive coordinator and offensive line coach, who was widely considered to be one of the best line coaches in the country. So it's like, all the stuff about Iowa State is true, but I don't know if Kansas State, from the people I've talked to, is like, oh yeah, like it took them a while to be good last year, right? Remember they almost lost to Tulane. Like they had a lot of like shaky games. So I just think it'll be a really good game. Two great programs, two great coaches. Kleiman's an awesome coach. I have a lot of respect for him. Awesome fan bases. Like the Kansas State fans over here have been so cool. That's the one thing about meeting in like a foreign country. It's like you're all kind of just there together. Like, and it's been really, really neat. This whole experience has been. So, and everybody's wearing their cardinal and purple everywhere you go. So I'm excited to get out in Dublin tonight, though, because I think most Iowa State fans got here today. So I bet it's
just like crazy. Just like the team getting there today. I'd like to know, Iowa fans, who do you want to win this game? Because you've got the Iowa State game week 2.
Well, you saw the playoff committee's new.
Oh God!
You know, Hawkeyes should be rooting for Iowa State here. Quality
for a strength of schedule metric.
Mm-hmm.
I've always been a believer that you want the teams on your schedule to win all the other games. Like you don't want Iowa State to have a loss and drop out of the rankings coming into that game. I feel like there's a law of averages sort of thing where if Iowa State drops one of these toss-up games the first time out, there's a better chance that they win the next toss-up game against Iowa. But I was listening to, I think it was the Hawk Central podcast, and Chad Leistikow, who has Iowa winning this game. He has Iowa going 10-2 and winning every road game this year. But he made a good point that I don't think we have talked much about for the Iowa State game. I've kind of been looking at it as Iowa State's got the advantage because they will have already played this Kansas State game in a big spotlight environment, top 25 team, huge conference game, and they will have ramped up into the season more. Chad thinks that Iowa's going to have the advantage because Iowa State's going to have to put everything on tape.
Oh, that's a real thing.
And Iowa will not against Albany. They'll have nothing on Iowa. Iowa should have just about everything on Iowa State. Now, how much of a difference that makes, I don't know. But Chad seems to think that it might make a difference in that game.
I think both points are very valid.
I want, as an Iowa fan, I would want Iowa State to have to fight and claw in this game and then win it late. That's what I want to see. I do not want to see Iowa State drop this game.
I would agree from an Iowa standpoint. All right, I got to go.
Okay.
I would love to chat with you. I've got like 15 people waiting.
Did we give a proper hit to all of our great sponsors here on our last show of the off season before we kick this sucker off?
Got
Iowa
Jason
Event
Aldean
Center
coming. That'll be
Jason.
A great show.
It's Aldean at the Casey Center, Friday, September 19th. Jason Aldean.
That Nate Smith is a big deal too.
Oh yeah,
yeah, he's a big. Oh, and our friends at Freedom Tire, dude.
Yeah. See, I knew you were forgetting people.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm a bit frazzled here. My tires, I beat the shit out of those things on that Ford Custom. That's what I was fighting with those rental car people about.
Well, don't let them know you beat the shit out of those things. They're going to charge you for it.
You're a rental company in Ireland where the roads are like golf cart paths, okay? And they, like in America where you pull your car up and you just, all right, thanks. Here, they take a microscope to, they're just ripping people off.
That sucks.
Kaburski Brothers.
Van Wilk, you're muted.
That grass in Ireland might need some Kaburski love.
They actually could use some chemicals over here.
I cannot imagine. You've been saying it all summer how busy these bastards are mowing the grass with all the rain. I see it. Man, the grass is growing like crazy here. I've been here just a handful of days, and I can see the grass grow with my eyes, all the rain that you guys are getting.
Yeah. All right, guys. We'll be plan is to do Monday morning unless I can't get home.
All right.
Maddie Van Winks, Chris Hassel in Iowa. Presented as always by Fareway Meat and Grocery in the Channel Seed Studios. We'll be back Monday morning. Murph and Andy live tomorrow, like normal, here on Iowa Everywhere.
Look out for those stink holes.